I thought having a roommate would be fun. You split the rent, you always have someone to hang out with, maybe late-night pizza runs and movie marathons. That's what I pictured when I agreed to move in with someone I barely knew. Instead, what I got was the worst roommate experience of my life. I'm talking chaos, paranoia, mystery smells, and moments that made me question reality. If you've ever had a bad roommate, buckle up because this story is going to feel way too familiar. It all started when I moved into this small off-campus apartment. Rent was cheap, the place looked decent, and I figured, how bad could it be? Okay. My new roommate seemed chill during the first meeting. We met at a coffee shop. He wore a normal hoodie, smiled a lot, and said he was into quiet nights and studying. Perfect, I thought. Quiet nights and studying is my jam. Little did I know that quiet meant the exact opposite for him. The first night started normal. We unpacked our stuff, ordered some takeout, and even watched an episode of some random Netflix show. But then around midnight, he started playing loud music, like concert-level loud. Maybe he's just hyped to move in. Except it didn't stop. At 3 a.m., he was still blasting bass-heavy tracks and singing along off-key. I was lying in bed staring at the ceiling like, is this real life? Day 2 was even stranger. I opened the fridge and saw it full of energy drinks and a single jar of pickles. Nothing else. When I asked if we should buy groceries together, he said, "Nah, I'm on a liquid diet, bro, and chugged an energy drink for breakfast." Later that evening, he invited 5 of his friends over without telling me. Suddenly, my quiet apartment turned into a mini frat party. Beer cans everywhere. People sitting on my bed. Some random guy asking if he could use my shampoo. I locked myself in my room and texted my friends like, "Send help." I tried to be reasonable. I talked to him the next day, explained that I'm cool with guests, but maybe give me a heads up, maybe turn the music down at night. He nodded and said, "Bet like we had an agreement." That night, at 2 a.m., started using my pots and pans to drum along with his music. Pots and pans. I was this close to calling the cops on my own apartment. Then came the smell. One day I walked into the living room and it smelled like something had died. I searched everywhere. Trash, fridge, bathroom. Nothing. When I asked him about it, he just shrugged and said, "Oh yeah, I'm experimenting." Experimenting? What? For the next week, our apartment smelled like a mix of burnt plastic and mystery meat. My friends refused to come over. Even the mailman gave me a weird look. The tension kept building. I'd find my food missing from the fridge. My towel mysteriously damp when I hadn't used it. He started bringing strangers over at odd hours. One time I woke up at 4 a.m. and there was a guy I didn't know asleep on our couch holding a saxophone. A saxophone. I asked my roommate who he was, and he said he needed a place to vibe. The breaking point came one Friday night. I was finally home alone, thinking I'd have a quiet evening. I made popcorn, put on a movie, settled into the couch. Suddenly, the door bursts open, and my roommate rushes in with 2 large boxes. He's sweating, looking over his shoulder like he's in a spy movie. don't ask questions, he says. Then he drags the boxes into his room and locks the door. Immediately, I hear weird scratching noises coming from inside. I pause my movie, heart racing. Is he hiding a wild animal? Did he steal something? Am I about to be on the news? I couldn't sleep that night. Every few minutes there'd be a thump or a hiss or something like metal clanking. I lay in bed rehearsing my testimony for the police. Around 3 a.m., I hear the front door open and close. He's gone. I tiptoe to his room and the boxes are gone too. Just like that. No trace. The next morning, he acts like nothing happened. "Yo, you want coffee?" he asks, holding a mug like he didn't just smuggle a dragon into our apartment. I decide I'm done. I tell him I'm moving out at the end of the month. He just shrugs and says, "Cool, more space for me." That last week was the longest of my life. But, of course, the story doesn't end without one final act. On my last night in the apartment, I come home from work and find the entire living room covered in balloons. Hundreds of balloons. He's standing in the middle, wearing sunglasses and holding a party horn. "Surprise, bro," he shouts. "What's the occasion?" I ask. I don't know," he says. It's felt like it. That night at 2 a.m., he and his friends pop every single balloon with forks. Every single balloon. It sounded like gunfire. I lay in my bed with my pillow over my head, thinking, this is it. This is my villain origin story. Finally, the day came for me to move out. I packed my car with my belongings, double-checked every drawer to make sure I left nothing behind, and as I closed the door one last time, I felt this wave of relief. Like I'd escaped a reality TV show I didn't sign up for. He waved from the couch, holding yet another energy drink. "Later, bro," he said. I didn't look back. Looking back now, it's kind of funny, in a traumatizing way. I learned so much about boundaries, communication, and trusting my gut. I learned that quiet nights and studying can mean chaotic nights and drumming with cookware. And I learned that sometimes the cheapest rent comes with the highest price. Your sanity. If you're watching this and you've had a roommate from hell, drop your worst story in the comments. Misery loves company. Hit that like button if you've survived something similar. Subscribe so you don't miss my next story time. And share this with a friend who's about to move in with someone they barely know. They need the warning, because at the end of the day, surviving the worst roommate experience of your life isn't just about escaping one crazy person. It's about realizing your peace of mind is worth more than cheap rent, more than pretending you're okay, more than staying in a situation that makes you miserable. And when you finally walk out that door for the last time, nothing feels better than freedom.